You see you blood clot ice? Girl, just know the blood clot chicken blood upon your bumper blood clot shoulder, girl. Remember that. Because you know what kind of fuck and a blood clot, rap blood clot man, girl. And an idea and a you dead, a chicken blood clot dead. Thinking girl. Dirty blood clot girl. Liar girl, cause you not add up nothing you saw. First of all, you say you never hear a first blood clot shot. You're there so close, you never hear first blood clot shot. Girl, you see the man before the man see you. And you come sit down in the fucking vaccine. And make the girl sit down out at the pot of blood clot road and man come shoot the blood clot girl. Make the man come give girl 2 blood clot shot. Go suck your mother, girl. And I go post her beside the blood clot this. Me never seen me say woman.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. First thing first, apologies for all the cursing in the start video of this video. This is not a Christian channel. I bring the news, and sometimes the news is a bit raw, especially when we deal with persons that have criminal intention and they're cumulus. So the lady that you hear speaking, she's speaking about dancehall queen that lost her life, ex-dancehall queen, dancehall queen. She is known as Chicken of the Streets. Apparently, she won some dancehall queen title, hence the name. However, her government name, Frances Britannia. Frances Britannia, she is from St. Elizabeth, and she was working at Mandeville, Manchester at a strip joint dancing. However, it seems as if somebody, one of her friends, apparently known as Ice, the lady that she mentioned at the start video right here, cross somebody, double cross somebody. It seems as if these young women are not only dancing in the club, they are also selling the PUMS. Bad enough that they are selling the PUMS, it seems as if once them get the people and they back it up and jack it up and the people them go asleep, then they rob these people of proceeds of crime. So therefore, them a stripper / taker. So apparently, somebody knew where they were, somebody trailed them, and that person blazed up some corn on Mrs. Chicken. However, Ice was not there, Ice was outside. It seems as if Chicken got the bitter or the SHITTY end of the stick. She was just there, casualty of war, caught in the crossfire. So what this tells us is that not only are these young ladies working at a risky place, doing a risky job, they even compound the riskiness with them stealing people's stuff, unsuspecting victims. A lot of these ladies that you see posing on social media, saying that they are models for a bottle, they are dollies, they are this, they are that. They are not but a set of crooks. So therefore, sometimes them back it up and them jack it up as their main job, even though they dance, that is just a side hustle. The main way in which they make money is through PROS, you know the rest. So some of these young ladies have a predator attitude. Them look for unsuspecting victims, whether it is elderly men or in most cases the chopper. The chopper them like to get their freak on. Them wait till them drop asleep through the bedwork sensation, and then them rob them, and then them dip. So it seems as if these young ladies don't know that Jamaica is a very small place. 14 parishes, but it is like fishing in a bucket. Especially when you rob people from the same era in which you live, in which you work. The people know where you work. That is what we call being penny-wise and pound foolish. Money-wise and losing your life foolish. So don't know if Chicken had a part to do with the robbery. However, Chicken was the one that got the shitty end of the stick. People like me say, you sleep and mark death. A wise man, wise woman learns from his mistake. Wiser man or woman learns from the mistakes of others. So for all of you aspiring prostitutes out there that is selling PUMS and robbing people, this too will be or could be your fate. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the edited version of the video that you just watched, is of an incident that took place in a place called Kings Valley that is in Grange Hill. Grange Hill is in Westmoreland, where it is said that a young man known as Damien, he was taken out by the police. Shootout, you know, the cliche script. Now, people, I think that this is more than coincidental that less than 24 hours ago, in Westmoreland, it is said that a group of young men, maybe 3 or 4, abducted a young lady, 33-year-old, she said to be a public servant. She was driving on her way, going about her business, when some men in the car blocked the road, took her out of the car, they were masked up. Took her about 34 minutes to a place known as Hanover, where they put her in a board house. Apparently, somebody Spotlight and saw the whole episode, reported to the police acted swiftly. Upon intercepting the vehicle, the police blazed up a whole bunch of cars and there was a shootout. It is said that after the smoke cleared, at least 2 of the 4 young men that was in or a part of that abduction lost their life. The other 2 took themselves by foot. Now, people, needless to say, that young lady was traumatized because she did not know which way it is going to go. Just imagine you driving in your vehicle, people block you, take you out, ski mask up, M16 all sorts of rifle pointed in your head, in your side. Carry you go away for 34 minutes or so. Your life flashing in front of you. Then you hear the police. Then you hear all sorts of pie outs. You're going to probably say to yourself, hold on, look like I dead, me dead. Luckily for this young lady, she was rescued. The police called up 2 of them, they found 2 tools. It is said that that abduction was masterminded behind the prison walls. The leader of the King Valley gang, he decided that he wanted to send out order. And him have some yes man, some fallbacker that were willing to do it. And they did it. But 2 of them got outdone by the gun, and the other 2 is on the run. Moral of the story is that you see these type of people, if them have so much power behind the prison walls, just imagine how they are feared by their cronies when them dip on the street. Because if somebody can call you from inside a prison and tell you go abduct somebody because of his own interests, and you have to do it, and then when you do it, you lose your life. So therefore, it tells you that these people with this fallbacker mentality would rather lose their life taking order from a next man in a prison that got himself in a trouble and wants everybody else to come and join him. So the only logical conclusion we can draw from this is that these young men, they don't cherish their freedom. They want to join some sort of fruity party behind these prison walls with the rest of his friends or their friends. Point blank and period.
Department of Corrections. Once payment of the fines are completed, of their custodial sentences are met, the women will be deported to Jamaica.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, based off the video and based on the pictures that you see on the screen as I speak. These 2 young ladies from Jamaica left and went to Bahamas for work. However, it seems as if the type of work that they left for is of the backroad haberdashery type. Pretty much, them go down there for go sell PUMS to unsuspecting. Well, you're not unsuspecting because you're looking PUMS to buy. I am speaking about MIKAELA Selena Jackass. She is definitely a jackass. And Toshema Tana Lee steered herself in the wrong direction. Now, people, I understand that life is hard in Jamaica, and I understand that a lot of young girls leave from Jamaica and they go to places that have a very high tourist visibility. Jamaica also has a high, very tourist visibility. However, the price and PUMS is like pig belly in Jamaica. You hear blogger 119 say, about $1,500, meaning $10 for PUMS, $3,000 if it is exceptional. Cannot validate or verify. That is what he said. Like I said, the slogan in the Bahamas, it is better in the Bahamas. Yes, the price is better. Yes, more money upon the PUMS in the Bahamas. However, they are very serious when it comes to immigration, like most places. Because whenever you have a country where its dollar is on par with United States, meaning 1 for 1, one Bahamian dollar for one US dollar, vice versa, they are going to make sure that they do everything to make sure that their place is kept in an orderly fashion. And they are not going to allow persons that come up there to do illegal activity, even if it is given pleasure. It is also being a curse, meaning that people can actually get some sorts of STD and dead on the spot, just like them hood. So these two ladies got busted, got some time, and then they are going to be turned over to the immigration deportation from whence they came. Back to Jamaica, back to back road, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, have we noticed that some of these tranquil communities, some of these tranquil parishes such as St. Mary, such as St. Elizabeth even more, have kind of broken out in a sore. Based on the information, it is said that the police coordinated special operation and they went in a Nato Bay that is in St. Mary. And they rounded up in excess of 20 persons. They are looking for the parish's most wanted man. I am going to let the professional journalists explain everything in intricate details and then I'll give my piece.
2 men were arrested and charged following a major multi-agency operation in Anoto Bay, St. Mary on Wednesday. The police say Gavin Orlando Adams, otherwise called Halley, of Fort Stewart, Enfield, was charged with possession of identity information. He is said to be the brother of the parish's most wanted, Gavin Hurd Adams, otherwise called Bones. The other man is a 36-year-old Ricardo Williams, a mechanic of Portmore, St. Catherine. He was charged with driving without a license. A third man was detained on a reasonable suspicion of being involved in the shooting. The intelligence-led operation, which got underway about 4:30, targeted several known hotspots across Anoto Bay, including NCB, Port Arthur, and Purcell Lanes, as well as Main Street, Gibraltar Housing Scheme, and Crooked River. 23 people were taken into custody for questioning and processing. They were interviewed and released pending further investigation. The St. Mary Police are encouraging anyone with information that can assist with the capture of the parish's most wanted to contact them at 876-333-9530 or 876-994-4222 or Crime Stop at 311.
So people, you heard what the professionals had to say. 23 people get locked up. They were taken into custody. They had a question and answer session, and who did not pass, they were kept, and who passed, they were released, pending further investigation. All of this is looking for a wanted man. They held on to the brother of one of that wanted man. Fast forward in a St. Elizabeth, same sorts of stuff. However, this mission was looking for a wanted man, person of interest, and also the ocelot, meaning the baby tiger that escaped. I want you to take a look at exactly what the police has to say, and then I'll give my piece.
We would have also seized a prohibited weapon as part of the operations earlier this week on Tuesday in the Forest Mountain area. These operations are geared towards identifying and locating persons of interest as well as wanted persons, and we will continue these operations across the parish. As part of the operations today, assisting with the search of that animal that went missing yesterday, A team supported by the JDF would have searched in the areas of the wharf and surrounding areas. So far, we have not identified or located the animal, and so we appeal to anyone in the parish who may have seen this strange animal to call 119 or the Black River Police Station.
Now, people, when it comes to person of interest, when it comes to wanted men, more than likely they are repeat offender. So you don't really have to chase them down. Usually, them are going to show up themselves and they are going to end up in a very bad predicament. That is going to lead them to the big yard or the graveyard. As it pertains to the baby tiger or the ocelot, it is going to be way, way more complicated. That is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. Don't know how they expect to do that. Don't know if they think that the little baby tiger, the ocelot, is going to turn himself in. Because after all, this little baby tiger was caged up for a couple of days on a boat, escape. He is not going to be easy to find. I wish them the best of luck. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, based on the picture that you see on the screen, is of a young lady. Her name is Anesia Dilworth. She's a pharmaceutical technician. She attends University of Technology. That is right there on Hope or Old Hope Road. Now, people, she has been missing for a couple of days. No sign, not a letter, not a 50-cent stamp, none at all. We should be concerned when we see people like this. If this was a teenager, then we can say, yeah, then probably a problem at home. However, when a responsible young lady that goes to school goes missing, it should be reasons for concern. Not to dim any sorts of hope that the family might have, but it has been a couple of days now. Somebody sent me her picture, sent me her information a couple of days ago. So hopefully, if somebody sees her, knows her whereabouts, or the people that have her in their custody, abduction, kidnapping, please let this young lady go. People, Jamaica is a very sad place, and this is yet an perfect example. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.